So Cosmopolitan stole my content, and I am not the only content creator that they have done this to. On April 4th, I upload my 26-minute deep dive into fictosexuality. And only a few hours later, they publish an article on the same topic, which isn't exactly a trending issue this week. Not only that, but they explored the topic from my exact same angles. From quips about 19th century literature, discussions of asexuality, and the impact of book talk and romance novels. As many of you have already pointed out, the article reads like an AI summary of my video, with some lines just entirely paraphrased. Now, I have been doing this for a long time, and I have experienced many impersonations and plagiarism. And normally I comfort myself with the fact that copycats can be no more than the shadow of someone else's success. But frankly, this one genuinely hurt. It was not only my own time and research that went into this deep dive, but also my own vulnerability and personal stories. I have been discussing this topic in my first live show tour this year, and have gradually been getting more confident about sharing more personal sides of myself along with my educational content. So to see a big media outlet just cut, copy and paste my content is so disrespectful and hurtful. I don't know if it makes it less or more insulting that this article allegedly isn't AI generated, but does have a writer's name attached to it, Kayla Kibb. And from the fact that Kibb never really offers any insight of her own, but just quotes from old definitional articles on the topic, I find it even harder to believe that she woke up one April morning and passionately decided to write about this topic. What's so sad is that if I had been contacted, I would have been more than happy to offer exclusive interviews or comments on the topic. I do those kind of things nearly every single week without any kind of recuperation, just because I like talking about what I'm passionate about, and I'm passionate about making educational accessible and mainstream. But instead a decision was made just to paraphrase my content and hope I wouldn't see it, I guess. And after this happened, other content creators got in touch with me to say that Cosmopolitan has done the same thing to them in the past. And other people have offered insight into the fact that big media outlets are outright encouraging journalists to poach interesting content from creators before it goes viral and repurpose it for their own articles. And believe me, if this is happening to me, who has recognized expertise and an established place on social media, this is happening tenfold to emerging creators. Because I know it happened to me way more in the past than it does now. It's poor behavior, and it just needs to be called out and stopped. If you can't do your own journalism, you're not a journalist. I don't need to accept this behavior just because I live on the internet. I am proud that everything I have built has been on the foundation of my own integrity, passion, and intellect. And I would honestly hate to not be able to say that. I tried to contact the editor and author before taking this online and to radio silence. Maybe tomorrow I'll just breathe and let it go as always, but right now I would really like accountability and an apology.